So here we are. This is the all-new, latest, greatest Cube Nuroad C62 Pro gravel bike, and in this episode I will give you the buyer's guide for this bike, and also I will tell you, should you just go ahead and buy this bike or should you just shortlist it? So hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. As I was saying, the newest 2025 Cube Nuroad gravel bike. And I think that Cube's pricing is very interesting and almost, I would say, aggressive as, or at least on the same levels as the Canyon bikes. When it comes to this Cube Nuroad gravel bike, there is a huge range of models they are offering. It starts with the Cube Nuroad 1, which the name suggests is a single chainring setup at the front. Then you have this Cube Nuroad C62 Pro, which I think is an extremely good value for money. Then Cube Nuroad C62 EX, a bit of electronic group sets on the bikes, and then the top three ranges as the Cube Nuroad SLT, SLX, and the race version. But these three versions just become very expensive. So in my opinion, this Cube Nuroad C62 Pro is kind of the sweet spot and a very interesting retail price of £2,500 British pounds or €2,500, which in my opinion is just a stunning price for this level of the gravel bike. So let's dive into the specifications and really see what are you getting for your hard-earned money. So let's kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So this is the Cube's carbon fiber C62 carbon fiber frame and the matching fork. It comes with the press fit bottom bracket, also 12mm through axles both front and the back, and also at the back this frame is ready and compatible with the UDH standard, so this new universal derailleur hanger, which probably you know a bunch of manufacturers are going to be moving towards this UDH standard. Also, the frame is ready for internally routed cables, and crucially, in my opinion here, the frame and the fork can accept up to 50mm wide tires. This is absolutely excellent, and I believe this is from now on a must-have, that these gravel bikes should accept 50mm wide tires, because then you are also having an option of running a mountain bike tires, for example 29 by 2 inches tires, and this is a very interesting option in my opinion. Also, when you see this carbon fiber frame and the fork, there is a single paint scheme available. I would call it in this instance almost like an olive green paint scheme. It seems like this is the only paint scheme, at least for the UK and the EU markets. I wish that there is another paint scheme on offer, but you know, you can't complain too much when the retail price of the bike is €2,500 or 2,500 British pounds. Also, you can see here that there is a bit of kind of aerodynamically optimized frame fork, but this is really tiny. This is not the point of this gravel bike. Even as Cube says, this gravel bike is all about adventure riding, and also there is a lot of mounting points on the bike, including the mounting points for the fenders, so definitely you know you can go on a good bike packing trip with this bike. Okay, now looking at the seat post and the saddle. So here you are getting a carbon fiber seat post from Cube, absolutely excellent stuff. It is a mandatory thing for soaking up some of the smaller road bumps, and then this saddle is kind of an in-house brand of Cube. I can't comment on that, I haven't used their saddles, but since saddle is always a personal preference, it's very easy to replace it if you really need to. Now talking about the handlebar and the stem. The thing that I like here is that nothing is proprietary, so both handlebar and the stem are separate pieces, and also this handlebar is the carbon fiber handlebar, some kind of, let's call it Cube's in-house production, and the classical aluminium stem. But the good thing is that since nothing is proprietary here, you can easily adjust your position on the bike, and if you ever want to replace any of these pieces in the future, it's very easy to do. Also, the internally routed cables for the shifters and hydraulic disc brakes are nicely routed below the handlebar, below the stem, and then inside the frame. So this is important in my opinion, because in the future when you need servicing some of these, cables or hydraulic disc brake lines, then definitely your local mechanic is going to be super happy because it's a simple solution for the internally routed cables. So all in, absolutely no complaints when it comes to handlebar stem or the seat post saddle. This is, a classical, very good solution from Cube. Now let's talk about the group set on this bike. So what are you going to get in this instance? So in this instance, the shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything is the Shimano's GRX 820 mechanical group set. So this is the dedicated 12-speed group set for gravel bikes from Shimano. Absolutely superb in my opinion. And also this bike comes with the double chain rings at the front, again Shimano GRX group set, and I think this is excellent for gravel bikes to have double chain rings at the front, just because it allows you a bit more gear ratios, in the sense of maybe you are riding now on the road, then you are switching to off-roading, then road again, so it's good to have double chain rings at the front. Also at the back there is a good huge cassette. This is the 1136 cassette at the back, so nice huge ratio, and I believe that these chain rings at the front are probably something like 40, 42, 36 or 34. I would just have to double check in the specifications, but definitely because of this huge cassette 1136 at the back, I'm not expecting any problems that you would have in climbing any kind of steep mountains. Also, I have to mention here that the chain they are using is a classical Shimano 12-speed chain from the mountain bike world. It is totally fine, and you can use any 12-speed compatible chain with this Shimano's GRX group set. So all in, superb stuff here, mechanical 12-speed Shimano GRX 820 group set. Absolutely proper, workhorse with these mechanical 12-speed group sets. Now when we look at the hydraulic disc brakes on this bike, again this is the Shimano GRX series, GRX 820 series hydraulic disc brakes, front and the back, superb stuff. And also, as I'm seeing here, the braking rotors are 160 millimeters front and the back. This is also excellent because of the good stopping power and excellent heat dissipation. And the only little detail here is that these braking rotors, as they are pretty basic Shimano RT, I'm guessing 64 braking rotors. So once when you destroy these braking rotors, it would be good to upgrade, for example, to the Shimano's. For example, you can use Shimano Ultegra braking rotors, or you can use the braking rotors from the mountain bike world, something like the Shimano XT braking rotors, just because, again, you will get even better heat dissipation and stopping power. But absolutely, out of the box, these braking rotors are going to work perfectly fine, and I'm glad that both of them are 160 millimeters front and the back. Now speaking about the wheel set and the tires on this bike. So as I mentioned, the frame and the fork can accept up to 50mm tires. The tires that are mounted on this wheel set are the Schwalbe tires, 40mm wide, which is a very good starting position in my opinion, so good air volume in these gravel tires. But keep in mind that upgrading the tire, let's say to 45mm, is definitely going to make your ride even smoother and much more air volume in that tire, so you can also run it on a little bit lower pressures. But speaking about the wheel set on this bike, so this is the NUROAD Advanced G34 a carbon fiber wheel set on this bike, which is absolutely stunning in my opinion. NUROAD, again, a bit of an in-house brand of the Cube, and I have to mention here that this gravel carbon fiber wheel set has a total weight of approximately 1,390 grams, which is excellent. 21 spokes front and the back, 12mm through axles. These hubs on the wheel set, I'm not so sure. I'm guessing this is some kind of NUROAD all in-house production, something with the sealed cartridge bearings, so I'm expecting it to be, good reliability, nothing special. But also an excellent thing here is that the internal width of these rims is 25mm. And this is exactly what you want. You want these wide rims when using them as a, on your gravel bike. So this is a kind of a gravel carbon fiber wheel set. So this is absolutely excellent that it is internally 25mm. Also, one thing to check here is that this wheel set is tubeless ready, tubeless compatible. And also, it mentions here in the specification that it is a hookless rim. So if this is true, double check with any Cube dealer. If this is true that this is a hookless rim, then you just have to be careful that you have to always use the tires which are hookless compatible, and there is a certain kind of maximum pressure that you can run considering that this is a hookless rim. So this is just a small detail to double check, but generally speaking, this Newman Advanced G34 carbon fiber wheelset, very impressive in my opinion. And also, if you would buy this wheelset on the open market, roughly speaking, you would be paying something like 900 euros for this wheelset on the kind of retail price. So very impressive to include a carbon fiber wheelset on this Cube Nuroad C62 Pro bike. So in a summary, again, considering the retail price of 2,500 British pounds or 2,500 euros, I think this is an absolutely stunning offer from Cube, their new lineup for the 2025, and as it is now, I'm hard pressed to find any real competition, for example, for this bike at this price point. I'm expecting, probably Canyon to soon release some of the updated versions of their gravel bikes, but as it is now, if you can get your hands on one of these Cube Nuroad C62 Pro bikes, definitely you have my seal of approval. It is an excellent offering from Cube, and they've really kind of nailed it with this price point of 2,500 British pounds or 2,500 euros. So this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!